Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's How to Train Your Dragon. Okay, this needs to be lowered. There we go. And welcome back to a new series. So, I'm at my board again, but I'm not doing comparison and opinion. I know how much you guys love those videos. But I'm not doing those. I thought of a new series called Spectrum. So this pretty much just has to do with what people's and my opinions, so like both internet and I'm saying about characters in TV shows. You know, what are the most loved characters of TV shows? What are the most hated characters of TV shows? So where they are on the list, and then where they're for me. So what I will be doing is I will be ranking each character based on whether they are most loved or hated, the way the internet and other people see it, and the way that I see it. So, if a character is most loved for you, it doesn't mean it's most loved for me. If the internet hates a character, I may not hate a character. It's kind of like person and opinion, pretty much. So, as you know, I have split my whiteboard into two sections. I have a spectrum here, kind of like a political spectrum or an economic spectrum or whatever. And I have most loved. So, for characters on the far left, that means they're the most loved, one of the most loved characters, or loved and liked a lot. Middle, they're not loved, but they're not hated. They're kind of a general character. And then we have most hated, so characters people don't like. Okay. So for How to Train Your Dragon, I didn't actually look up what characters I'm most likely to hate, but I have a pretty good idea. So I will go in order of movies, TV shows, and then I'll go in orders of how it goes. And if there is, and because some characters appear in more than one, they'll just be mentioned once. So we'll start with the first movie, and we'll start with the main character, obviously Hiccup. Now, obviously for the internet, if I had to pick a spot, he's probably like right there. So I will put him over there, and I'll put his initials. We'll just do Triple H for him because that works. And for me, I would say here, he is very overrated for me, but he is, it's a little hard to see in the camera, but he is just, so this is the line that's most loved, he is just past it for me. So now we come to Toothless, which I would say is probably in the exact same spot as Hiccup. Now, this is just the movies, but let me know if you want me to do the books, because I can do that. It'll just take a while because there's a lot more characters. And for me, Toothless, I would say, is in the exact same spot. And that just ruined my marker. Oh, well. Now we come to Astrid. Okay. I guess I can start with Astrid, but I'm going to do Astrid. So, Astrid, honestly, I would say Astrid is about there, so she's, I should make a middle line this, I guess that's the middle there. So she's pretty far off in the left section, which means she's loved quite a bit. So I'm going to mark her. And you guys probably can't see this because, yeah, you can't. You're all, oh. There we go. Now you can probably see it. There. Now, as for me, for Astrid, I would put Astrid about there. Stormfly. Okay, Stormfly, I don't actually know, but I'm assuming she's probably there. For me, that's what I would put her. I'd put Stormfly about there. The dragons aren't really that important to me. Really, the only dragon that I do leave, Toothless is probably the most loved dragon. All the other dragons are probably about this area, maybe a little bit over here. Because people don't really care about the dragons and how to train dragon. I don't know why. Now we come to Stoic. Now the first movie I'd say Stoic was more over here, because people didn't really like him that much the first movie. But then after, he kind of moved in the middle. But then after the first two TV shows, and the second movie, I'd say he's about there. Not the most loved guy, but then again, he's not in the middle. So I would put him, I'd put him about here. He's a lot better than the books, so yeah, I'd put him there. If it was the books, he'd probably be right about there. Now we come to, I will just go through the rest of the Dragon Mars Omnibus. I'll go through Snotlout, Fishlegs, and the twins. Snotlout actually probably right there. So, just shy of middle, I would say. Not a lot of people like him. It varies. For me, I'd put him in the middle. That's just me. Fishlegs is probably up here with everyone else. I would put him, I'd put him there too, just cause, there we go. The twins, the twins vary, because there are times you hate them, but there are times you like them, so I'd say the twins are probably right there. That's a good place to put them, I'll put them there. Okay, so now we come to Gobber. He's really the last main character, not including the dragons, which all the dragons I'd say are in this area to this area, so I will just do that. And that's my opinion, that's where they would stay, because some Stormfly, Meatlug, and Toothless over here, the rest are just Y, and they're over here. Gobber, I would say, is just a little bit ahead of Stoic. I'd put him there. He doesn't have a last name, I don't think. No. Okay, now I come to the first TV show. I will only really be including characters, but I'm going to go through this really quickly. So we have Mildew. He is definitely down there. Alvin the Treacherous. This is a little bit difficult because at the beginning of the series, here, by the end of the series, I'd say he's up here. So he's not the most hated, but he's just not that, just because of who he was. Then we come to Dagger. Okay. Dagger, first TV show. I'd put him first TV show here, probably, because he's not the most hated guy, but then again, he's not that great of a guy. By the time Race to the Edge comes along, he's probably about there. Heather. Okay, because Heather is really only in 2 episodes, you can't really rank her for Rise of Bird, but she's probably down here. I would probably say she's just short of the middle. For me, she is about just short of the middle. Just the way she's perceived in the way she is in the first episode she appears in Race to the Edge is just not the best, and she doesn't really go about things in a good way, so I don't really like that. Savage, definitely down there. Bucket and Mulch, they're minor characters, but I put them about there. Who else only just appears in TV shows, that's it. Okay, now I come to Race to the Edge, so I will just add the villains. Vigo, probably there, but for me, Vigo is actually way up here. I love Vigo, he's my favorite How to Train Dragon villain. Riker, down here. Krogan, probably same spot. Oops. Oh, we forgot about Gustav. Gustav is down there too. Johan. Okay, so Johan is generally not just a liked character. No one really likes Johan, even when he's a bad guy. No one likes him, so he's down here with these guys. I'm trying to think who else is in the TV shows that is a major character. Okay, well, there's Maul and the Defenders of the Wing, but I put them about here in the middle. Wingbanes kind of appeared last season, but they're kind of also just off the middle towards either here or here. Gothi, again, in like this small area there, just off the middle, depending on where you are, because if you like Gothi, I mean, Gothi for me is probably, again, in the middle, it's not low. Now we come to the second movie, and we start with, well, I guess we can call it Spotlight on TV show. Spotlight, again, is in the middle for me. Now we come to Volca. I would put Volca, by the second movie, I'd say she's here, but then by the third movie, she's probably there. Volca, for me, I would put her, like, right there. Eret. I'd say with the first movie, Eret's kind of there, but then he kind of changes, so he's over there. So he is just, again, in that little section in the middle where it's not loved but not hated to not my favorite character to not my least favorite character. Drago. Honestly, Drago's probably down here, but for me, Drago up here. Best villain in the movies. Now we come to How to Train Your Dragon 3. We really only have one new character, and that is, well, two. We have Vigo and the Light Fury, but the Light Fury, again, is with the category of all the dragons up here. Grimmel. Grimmel is right there from he's riding the line. I mentioned no times how many times I hate Grimmel. I hate him. Hate him. So, that's going to finish this video. Let me know what your favorite characters, How to Train Your Dragon characters are. You don't have to go through every single character like I did, but you can give me your top 5 down in the description. And stay tuned for the next video, which, oh God, is probably going to be on the books or something. I don't know. I didn't really plan this week. First How to Train Your Dragon week, I didn't plan. But yeah, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you tomorrow.